Cars Land opened June 15, 2012 and was part of a $1.1 billion expansion project for California Adventures. But before Cars Land became what it is today, it had a very interesting origin story. So rev up those engines and join me for the ride. The story of Cars Land. From 2005 to 2006, Imagineers were working on a brand new land for DCA. Originally, there was an idea for a car land. Car land would start off on Cruise Street, where many hot rods would be lined up against the curbs. This land took place in 1955 to about 1965, when rock and roll and hot rods were very popular. The land featured Marty's Drive-In, a restaurant where car hops would bring you food on roller skates and serve popular food from the era such as burgers, fries, milkshakes, and that sort of thing. A dark ride was planned for the land called Junkyard Jamboree, where you would ride into a junkyard while various pieces of scrap would come to life. It was described as a magic hour at midnight. Road Trip USA would be the main attraction for the land, where you enter the queue through a Route 66 souvenir shop. Imagineers wanted to create a cross-country attraction where guests would buckle up in a 1962 station wagon and pass through tourist attractions like Mount Rushmore or zip under waterfalls and caves that brought back elements of Journey Through Nature's Wonderland. You would even get to ride through a car wash and experience all the air blasts and water hitting you. The theme of the ride was then changed to Goofy about road trips because of the 1995 film A Goofy Movie. Much of the ride still stayed the same, just Goofy was added to many scenes. Finally, when the Pixar movie Cars came out, they designed a ride to fit in the land called Sally's Road Rally. This ride took guests into the world of Radiator Springs and featured characters from the movie. Later on, Luigi's Flying Tires was planned for the land. This ride was a levitating bumper car ride where guests would lean to move each direction. The land was turning out to be a bit of a collision of two worlds, and at this point, they had to make the decision whether they wanted Cars Land or Car Land. Cars Land was chosen for a number of reasons. The first one being that DCA flopped in the first place because it lacked Disney characters. Reason 2 is they wanted to do something ambitious and turn something that wasn't real into a reality. And that was how Cars Land was born. Cars Land officially broke ground on July 8, 2009. A fun fact, John Lasseter spray painted a picture of Lightning McQueen on the asphalt at the breaking ground ceremony. When designing Cars Land, Imagineers took a road trip on Route 66 for inspiration of the types of mountains and experience they needed to create. Everything in Cars Land is inspired off something along Route 66, whether it's benches, fencing, or even buildings. Only exception being trees. The Cars Land Rockwork spans over 2,800,000 square feet, while the tallest point is 125 feet. It took 4,000 tons of steel to create the rockwork in the Radiator Springs Racers ride. The three attractions of Cars Land would be Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, Luigi's Casadella Tires, and Radiator Springs Racers. Mater's Junkyard Jamboree is a cross between France's Ladybug Boogie and the Teacups. Guests enter Mater's Junkyard and see props related to the Mater Tall Tale shorts. Baby tractors swing you around the junkyard, synchronized to music sung by Mater. There are 7 different songs you can get, so every ride's a little bit different. Luigi's Flying Tires was a ride planned for Car Land, but was incorporated into Cars Land. You would enter through Luigi's shop and explore into the backlot of the building. The ride had 21 tires and could fit 3 riders in each. The ride featured beach balls to throw at different riders, but this only lasted for the first 2 months. In fact, the ride didn't really last that long and was replaced in 2015, but I'll get into that in a following video. Radiator Springs Racers is the main attraction of the land, blasting you off at 40 miles per hour, racing guests side by side to the finish line. The same ride system from Test Track in Walt Disney World was used for this thrilling attraction. This ride is very unique and is also considered a dark ride. Guests venture through Radiator Springs and see many characters from the film. These animatronics are absolutely stunning and actually drive up to your vehicle. Riders race side by side with another car and either win or lose the race. Each race is different and you never know who's going to win or lose. Cars Land was a huge success for Disney California Adventures. The land scored great reviews and showed the quality is the best business plan. Disney California Adventures has always struggled in attendance, but in August of 2012, Bob Iger reported to investors that the park now had an equal attendance to Disneyland. And that concludes this episode. If you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe for more content.